Hello and welcome to another episode of It's News to Me. I'm your host, Brianna.
And I'm your host, Bree.
And today, BATV has a scoop on your top world, national, and local news, including a preacher who showed support for ISIS.
In world news, Chinese officials are cracking down on crosses, alienating every Christian group. In Lower Defei Village, China, people stood and cried while a man climbed to the top of their church and ripped the cross off with a cutting torch. This crackdown is believed to be the will of President and Communist Party leader Xi Jinping, whose administration has launched the most severe crackdown in decades on social forces. Authorities are worried that those with religious beliefs have a strong sense of identity and belonging, which can make huge social forces.
In Britain, authorities are charging two people, including radical preacher Anjem Choudary, who were inviting support for ISIS through lectures that were shared online. The Crown Prosecution Service charged 48-year-old Choudary and 32-year-old Mohammed Misaner Rahman for supporting Islamic State, which is a banned organization. The offenses are alleged to have occurred from June 29, 2014 until March 6 of this year. Each man was charged under the Terrorism Act 2000. Now let's hear from Lisa Hitchens with the board brief.
It's August, and that means it's time for Batavia schools to welcome back over 6,000 students. When I think about the experiences these students will have, it's very different than when many of us experienced school. Today, students have an enormous amount of information at their fingertips on a Chromebook or a tablet device that they will all be issued on the first day of school in grades kindergarten through 12. This changes things from an educational perspective. When many of us went to school, we got our information from the teacher. We memorized and made trips to the library to do research. But now students could get answers to their questions immediately from their devices. Teachers need to plan their lessons differently to inspire students to create, innovate, collaborate, and solve real-world problems. This new way of learning makes lesson planning much more difficult for the teachers, but so much more meaningful for the students. In Batavia, we reviewed our strategic plan to ensure that our mission is aligned with this new reality. What we expect students to know has been changing. The bar has been raised for students in Batavia and in Illinois, and that's a good thing. We expect deeper learning that challenges students and keeps them engaged. Because of these major shifts, we have several school improvement days built into the calendar for the 2015-16 year. On these days, these school improvement days, the students will attend school for half of a day of instruction, and the staff will spend the rest of the day focused on school improvement. This is a change over previous years where we relied on after-school meetings or teachers being pulled out of the classroom to do this important work. I encourage everyone to visit the website at bps101.net to view the 2015-16 school academic calendar. Feedback from parents and staff also led us to implement two different start dates for students this year in school. Parents, students, and staff at the high school appreciate wrapping up first semester prior to winter break. But feedback from elementary and middle school parents showed us that a later start date was more important. This year, high school students will start classes on Monday, August 17th. Elementary schools and the middle school will start on Wednesday, August 19th. Another focus of our newly revised strategic plan is developing partnerships that increase opportunities for students and foster community pride. Together, we will work with the community to expand opportunities for students, such as finding internships, developing innovative classroom opportunities like the business incubator class at the high school, or supporting extracurricular activities through the various booster organizations. We will also work with the community in helping minimize the impact of the challenges that some of our students face, and we are grateful to partner with the local organizations such as Batavia United Way, Kiwanis, Rotary, and Chip In. We have some wonderful stories to share with the community about the schools. If you don't follow us on Facebook or Twitter, I would encourage you to visit our newly redesigned website and click on the News tab so that we can share these stories with you. I'm excited to welcome back the students, and I look forward to another great year.
A topless protest in Canada urged all women to go topless and bear with us. Dozens of men and women attended a Bear With Us rally in Waterloo, Ontario. The rally was meant to educate the public on women's rights to go shirtless if they choose. The rally was organized by 3 sisters who were stopped by the police for biking topless. Musician Alyssa Barilla said that she and her sisters were biking topless in Ontario when a police officer told them to cover up, even though women had the right to go topless ever since 1996. The police officer then said he only stopped them to tell them to be careful and make sure their bikes were in good shape.
During the blue moon on Friday, July 31st, an elderly woman and her 2 sons were murdered in Pensacola, Florida. It is being investigated as a ritualistic killing. The method of murder was blunt force trauma, slit throats, and body positioning. The person who is suspected of the murder has some ties to a faith or religion that is indicative to that. The Pensacola News-Journal said it was not robbery or forced entry.
A Legionnaire outbreak in New York City kills 7 people, and the city is now targeting the cooling systems. City officials are scrambling to draft legislation that would require inspections and cleanings of air conditioning cooling towers. Since July 10th, 7 New Yorkers have died and 86 have been sickened during the Legionnaire outbreak. Legionnaire's disease is a severe kind of pneumonia that is contracted by breathing in mist from water infected by Legionella bacteria. New York Mayor Bill de Blasio said he will propose the legislation by August 7th. Now we hear from Bill McGrath with the Municipal Minute.
Hi, I'm Bill McGrath, the City Administrator, and this is the Municipal Minute for August 3rd. That's the day we're taping it. And can't say that things are slow around here because of the summer, although many people are on vacation. Probably the biggest thing that's going on is that the Houston Street project is starting in full bore today. Nicor Gas started moving a gas main last week, but today Houston Street is totally closed off from Island Avenue to Route 31, although you will be able to cross Houston Street both at Island Avenue and Water Street. You'll see some fences erected pretty soon, but you still will have access to City Hall, the residents at River Rain, Quarry Stone, Waterford on the Fox, and people doing business or going to visit with them or to spend time on the Riverwalk won't have any problems getting there, other than there will be a minor inconvenience in finding parking while the project goes on. After working hours, that is after City Hall is officially done at 5 o'clock, there is a small parking lot on the north side of City Hall which you can see if you can find a space in, if that makes it easier for you. Otherwise, it's going to be catch as catch can for a while. This project is slated to finish around the end of October, and we're very excited about it, as Houston really is kind of the doorway to the Riverwalk and the most used part of the bike path and the trail system, of course. The trail is going to detour, and if you were coming down, going south from the depot, instead of crossing over on Houston Street, you'll go all the way south 1 block to Wilson Street, go east to Island Avenue, and then go back up north to the City Hall where the plaza is, and be able to reach the pedestrian bridge, and vice versa. Pedestrian bridge north on, or south on Island Avenue, west on Wilson, and then north on Water to get to the depot. So we hope you don't have too much inconvenience. I think it'll be worth it in the end. We're going to be doing some things that will make it a little safer, I think, for both bikes and pedestrians to use that block. There was some discussion of taking away the diagonal parking and putting in some parallel parking to get us some more room. But we felt that parking is just too important there, and so the City Council determined that they would leave the diagonal parking in. But there will be some new landscaping, some new lighting in addition to the traditional Riverwalk lighting that we have, and it should be a really nice project. Another project we're doing this year is we're putting in a sidewalk on the north side of Wilson Street that extends in front of the Batavia Apartments to Kirk Road. There's a speedway service station or gas station and convenient mart going to be built. They've already started clearing the land, and this will make it easier for our residents in that area to safely get to Kirk Road, to get over to that speedway, or to get to the bike path that goes up and down Kirk, or to get to Kirk Road because they want to catch a bus. So we're excited about that. We're trying to fill in these sidewalk blanks wherever we can. The street program is, by the time you see this, it will have been approved ostensibly by the City Council. There's a pre-construction meeting on Tuesday, August 4th, and so work should begin in various neighborhoods over the next 2 or 3 weeks. There'll be a map of that and an indication of the timing on the front page of the website as soon as the details are made public, and of course there'll be some notices put and given to the people who live on the streets where there may be some inconvenience, or maybe even ask you to park on a side street for a little while. They're finally removing the temporary striping from Batavia Avenue. I know it's caused a lot of consternation among people, a lot of confusion, so I was glad to see that happening this morning. We're waiting for someone from IDOT to come down to supervise the turning on of the pedestrian flashing crosswalks at numerous locations on Route 25 and Batavia Avenue. The manpower is so low at IDOT is that it really takes some time to get somebody to come out here. So we're eagerly awaiting that. It's actually a little frustrating now that the road striping and the crosswalks have all been done. So hopefully that'll be done in the next few days. The city is going to be having a new look on its website. We've been working with a company to redo our website, and that should be online near the 3rd or 4th week of August. One of the issues we've run into is that the city of Batavia's current website has massive amounts of information, and so transferring that over to the new website and deciding how much of it should be transferred is taking a lot of time. But I think you'll like the new website. There's a lot of new, there's a lot of photographs and more emphasis on some visual items. I think it's going to be easier to navigate. And we're trying to change the philosophy from having the same information available in several different places to just have links in several different places that all lead you to the same source of information. That'll make it a lot easier for us to change it and keep up to date and eliminate any potential for confusion among various sections of the website. We're hoping to add to the website a tour of the city art gallery at some point, and we hope to also have a contest for the photographers in our city to submit photographs that we can actually use on the website. There'll be some technical requirements that will be announced, but first things first is to get it operating so that it's usable by the majority of people. Again, I think I mentioned this last week, but we have a new alderman from the 4th Ward, that's Paula Mueller. So she's come to a couple of meetings, and I think is reading all our materials, and at least is a little bit overwhelmed because there's a lot of activities going on at the City Council, but we're glad to have her on. The weekend of August 14th through the 16th is the Art in Your Eye Festival. I think I've talked about it before, but please come down. It's a wonderful day, especially when the weather is good. There's a fine arts festival going on featuring some fine artists who travel around the country and the region with their art. There's another juried art show in the City Hall. For local artists. It's a nice place to stop into if it's cold out, or if it's hot outside, excuse me, because of the air conditioning. There's a children's tent, which is really nice for the kids. They usually have the opportunity to try their hand at throwing some pottery or doing some coloring or painting and things like that. This year, as in last year, there also is going to be a tent so you can be under some shade, and there will be music happening during the daytime as well as nighttime, where it will be turned into a beer tent, and there will be more I'd say music for some maybe geared towards older people, but still families are invited. So Art in Your Eye really is during the day and the evening. That's Friday and Saturday nights, and all day Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So if you'd like to attend, we'd like it. The Art in Your Eye poster is now for sale. It is for sale at Batavia Main Street and for sale in the utility billing office here at City Hall. The cost is $15 before the festival, and that price goes up to $20 at the festival, and it's wonderful to have a poster based upon a piece of art done by somebody from Batavia, and this year it's Ezra Siegel. So that's about all I have for this week, and hope you enjoy the summer. Thank you.
The FBI has begun investigating the security of Hillary Clinton's private email server. The Washington Post first reported the FBI contacted Clinton's attorney, David Kendall, about the security of a thumb drive he possesses. The thumb drive contains copies of work emails sent by Clinton during her time of being the top diplomat. Clinton denies sending any classified information on their personal account. The Post also reported that the server in Clinton's home was used in her 2008 presidential campaign and replaced a server former President Bill Clinton had been using.
Tonight will be the first Republican presidential debate. This is an opportunity for the top Republican candidates to debut on the national stage and separate themselves from one another. According to the Chicago Tribune, the debate is expected to be dominated by billionaire celebrity candidate Donald Trump, who has risen to the top of the polls and sent shockwaves through the Republican establishment. An advisor of one of the Republican candidates says, "You are not there to outshine the showman, you are there to convince the American people you can lead the country." Even though Donald Trump is suspected to dominate the evening and take the lead in the polls, Bush remains the candidate others hope to topple. A Republican candidate says that Jeb Bush has the most to lose, and every candidate needs to focus on their own message. Now let's check it out with Michelle Martzell.
Hello, I'm Michelle Martzell, the Promotional Services Manager here at Batavia Public Library. Thanks to everyone who participated in Read to the Rhythm Summer Reading Club 2015. The library was hopping during June and July with all of the different programs offered. 2,097 children registered for Summer Reading Club this year. That's an impressive number of children visiting the library over and over again during the summer. Teens and adults also joined Summer Reading Club. The final count for teens and adults participating and the number of books they read are not quite in. Congratulations to all of our summer readers. Winners of the teen and adult prize drawings will be notified soon. We'd also like to thank our many sponsors who donated prizes. A complete list of sponsors will be published in the September-October issue of Neighbors of Batavia. Incentives for summer reading appeal to all ages, and we couldn't offer rewards without the help of our generous sponsors. Now, for what's happening during the rest of August here at the library. On Sunday, August 9th, the library presents another program in its genealogy series, Questions and Ancestors. The program, CSI, Cemetery Search and Investigation, begins at 2 p.m. You can learn about symbols found on old tombstones and burial customs of the past during this program. Please register online or call the reference desk. 2 fine art lectures will be offered at the library this month. These programs are offered in conjunction with Batavia's Art in Your Eye Fine Arts Festival, August 14th through 16th. Please visit the library's online calendar to register for American Lincoln in American Art on Monday, August 10th, and Illinois Sculptor, The Art of Laredo Tap, on Tuesday, August 25th. Both programs are free and begin at 7 p.m. Elvis is in the building, or he will be on Sunday, August 30th at 2 p.m. Tribute artist Ed Parsniat will perform Elvis songs from the 50s, 60s, and his Las Vegas years. Please register soon for this program. We think it's going to be very popular. The program is sponsored by the Batavia Public Library Foundation. Teens and young adults, please check out the library's online calendar for the dates and times of Anime Club, Inclusion Game Night, and Inclusion Movie Night this month. I'm Michelle Martzell, and I hope to see you at the library.
In local news, BATV is gearing up for the 2015 football season. The season starts August 28th when Batavia takes on Oswego at Oswego. Any questions about the coverage of the games, contact Jim Dillenberg at 630-937-5413. BATV is also looking for sponsors for the 2015 football season, so contact BATV at, yet again, 630-937-5413 for more information. Now let's head over to the chamber for the Bulldog Cellar ribbon cutting.
Okay. Well, Jason, let me first thank you very much for the opportunity to stand here with you this afternoon. On behalf of the City of Batavia, the mayor, all the aldermen, Batavia Main Street, the Chamber of Commerce, we all welcome you and what you're trying to do here in town. I understand you've been in business for about a month now and it seems to be going pretty well. Yep. So that's great to hear. And obviously I hope that you decide to participate in community events that we have through town, because as you do that, your name gets out and people then come on in and help support you too, so it helps everybody out. So again, I just want to thank you for opening up here and hope everything goes well for you. And before we cut the ribbon, do you have anything you want to say?
Yeah. I'd actually like to thank the City of Batavia. It's actually been a pleasant experience, everything going through from the liquor license to even just permitting for the signs and everything. Everything's went really smooth. I'd like to thank Main Street Batavia. They were a big help with all this, and also the Chamber of Commerce that I'm now part of. And then also my dad Steve helped a lot here getting the place ready. My girlfriend Brittany helped with the remodel. My buddy Dennis over here. And just like to thank everybody that's been a part of getting this going, as well as all the patrons that have been coming in and supporting the business.
Very good.
So thank you.
All right, well, let's cut the ribbon. You want to hold that? All right, guys, you ready? We'll all get on here. You got to cut it slow so you can get a nice picture.
All right, ready?
There you go. All right. Very good. Well, thank you.
Batavia High School is hosting its annual Corn Boil Friday, August 21st, showcasing the fall sports teams. Food and drinks are being sold as well, so come on out and support Batavia High School's sports.
So this will be my last It's News to Me episode for the summer. I would like to thank BATV for the amazing opportunities they've given me this summer with my internship. And I would also like to thank you, the viewers, for watching me on It's News to Me and giving me my first break. Again, thanks for tuning in to yet another episode of It's News to Me. Most of our programming is viewable online at mybatv.com or on the YouTube channel under BATV 1017. Be sure to like us on Facebook and sign up for our newsletter to stay up to date with the station's current happenings. Thanks again for watching. I'm Bree.
And I'm Brianna.
And
that's News to Me.
Hey, that's news to me.